authors and artists work really hard on their stuff, so please support them using the links below. What's up, everyone? Check out the debut EP to Sounds Okay, titled Gold Tooth, featuring songs and tracks such as this one. And this one.
There's nothing wrong with what we do, so stop trying to make it about you.
And who could forget this one? It's on Spotify and YouTube 100% free. This is not a paid endorsement, they're just a bunch of people I used to work with, and they make amazing music. So subscribe to their channel and let them know that Mondo sent you. Again, the name again is Sounds Okay, but it should be Sounds Really Freaking Okay! 2 hours earlier, at the start of Vegito's match, Brawl wonders what kind of powers this magician possesses, before soon finding out. As the officials are completely unable to trace his location, the Namek knows it had to be the doing of his opponent, leaving everyone to look on confused. Trunks asking if he merely took off, while Oops simply states his puzzlement. Alas, 30 seconds go by, and upon making sure the statue-like C is still conscious, he is named the victor, peacefully leaving the fighting area. Every universe looks on in complete shock. Vegito is one of the favorites to win it all, and on the outside, it didn't seem like he had much competition. As the magician makes his way back to the shadows, he's confronted by Gohan and Bra, who order he explain what he did to his opponents. Showing no sympathy, the old man only tells the organizers will use the Dragon Balls to return him at the end of the tournament, advising they step aside. As the situation seems it may escalate, Super Boo butts in, chorting, "Don't worry, friends, I understand everything." But Gohan has no desire to be friendly with the Majin, commanding he stay out of it. Though, the villain assures they're on the same side here, and whether Gohan wants the knowledge or not, he informs he sensed an alternate dimension open, and Vegito has merely been confined there. It shouldn't be too much of a challenge for the likes of him to escape it, and he'll be back here in no time. Sure enough, when that happens, the three of them can request a rematch, given that kind of technique isn't exactly fair, swaying Bra at the very least. The Vargas announce, after this strange victory, Android 18 and Arale will be the next fighters. Uninterested by the broadcast, Goku notes that with Vegito being gone, it does give his own universe a shot, but it's still pretty disappointing, though the boys are fairly stoked. In Cell, his brain tells him he should be relieved, but his Saiyan biology insists he's a coward for not burning to face Vegito, wanting the greatest challenge it can find. Dr. Norimaki happily tells his creation to go and wrestle with that girl in the arena, and a little more happily, requests she bring her back here after so he can tend to her wounded body. In the humans group, Krillin asks Yamcha if he made any progress with his blonde friend, but alas no, though he does nudge Krillin to stop making fun of him for it, as he'd probably fall for her too. Just imagine, in another life, Krillin would help her rediscover her humanity, refusing to kill her, and should plant a romantic kiss on his bald head. But the Turtle Master doesn't quite see things the same. Tien, also focused on 18, but more so on the match at hand, believes this fight could end up being a revelation for her, given the parapolar opposites. A woman who became mechanical and lost her humanity, making her extremely bitter, against an innocent, happy robot girl who seems even more than human. The question is, if 18 will see things the same way, realizing the hope in this girl, causing her to reflect on herself. But shouting, "Come on, kid, I'll wipe that stupid smile off your face!" Tien's little speech is deflated. As cocky as she could be, 18 believes the fight to already be over. But grabbing the entire planet arena itself. Boo gasps at this tiny robot's ability to distort reality, and she can even do so better than his own magic. Furthermore, she appears to be doing it subconsciously, acknowledging this universe too is far different from the rest of the warriors here. Plopping to the ground, Arale seems pretty satisfied with how things are going. Pointing to her opponent chiding, 18 fell out of the ring, so she loses. But calmly explains that not only is Arale out of the arena too, there's no instant ring out disqualifications here, screaming she'll rip the young girl's head off, who then asks, like this? Wondering why it baffles her so much, But little Norimaki insists 18 should be able to do it too, who simply believes this kid must be crazy and is ready to end this. But only able to land a light tap, Arale questions if she doesn't want to play anymore. But 18 realizes what's actually going on, or at least begins to believe what Yamcha is trying to tell her about infinite energy being a myth. But saying this all aloud, Arale offers her bottle of energy, needing to recharge herself. Taking a few chugs, it's actually empty, freezing in place. 18 is granted the only victory fitting of the situation, the little robot girl staying down for 30 seconds with no juice left. Senbei ponders upon who could have drank up the bottle, while Robo from Chrono Trigger dances energetically in the background, elated he can go back to planting trees for the next 400 years. Away, Piccolo is amazed by the kid's power, chalking up her loss to only bad luck. She would have been a great threat to other opponents. Heck, if they had one of her back in their world, she could have easily crushed Cell, or even himself way back when, causing Goku to reveal she actually does live on their Earth, as he met her a long time ago, leaving Piccolo with far more questions. But moving on, Goku inquires if Goten and Trunks are ready for their fight, which Goten didn't even realize they were up next, spouting Trunks is out in the audience flirting with girls. With a giant grin, the son of Vegeta chats up some rando, smugly telling, "Yeah, I'm the one participating," while the spectator urges, "Oh, she knows, and she loved his fight, looking so strong with his sword," letting the young man down a bit, as he's not that Trunks. Getting ready, looks like Gotenks will face Neko Majin from the same realm as Arale, when the former makes a less than modest entrance, asking for the audience, "Oh, it's the amazing Gotenks! But why does the stage crumble under his feet?" Haha, that's because even 100 G-Ring is far too weak for the great Gotenks. Looking on, 16's Gohan points out there's no direct relationship between strength and gravity. Brawl chiding, it means his big head is too heavy for even the ground below him to support it. Shouting at her own Goten and Trunks to see how stupid they look when they're fused. Trunks meekly insisting it's not that bad. Still celebrating himself. We find out Gotenks prepared his elaborate introductions by taking influence from Mr. Satan, or at least his marketable VHS workout tapes. Though, Neko, catching a catnap, definitely throws him off his moment. Stretching while getting up, he admits Gotenks' antics were boring him, so he decided to do some meditating. Though the fused warrior argues, that wasn't meditating at all. Suffer my wrath! Confessing his enemy really is strong. Neko has just the trick to win though. He's gonna use fusion too, baffling our annoying hero, doing the dance while letting out Phew! But by himself, Gotenks has to question if he's fusing with a fly or something, the cat only piffing at the idea. Finishing the dance, it's revealed Neko fused with himself, the air, as he's only half the cat he was. But with the fusion, maybe this makes him half as strong as twice the power? He vows his foe will taste his wrath, reeling back for a Neko Hameha, before remembering he's right-handed, and he can't do the technique like this. Shorting, well, so much for fusion. The King of Clowns himself barking all that buildup was for nothing, ready for his turn. Using one of his signature moves, which admittedly is kinda cool. He calls upon his super chibi Ghost Kamikaze attack. The feline unable to control his internal instincts at the tiny creatures. Yeah! Finish him! Throwing his head back in pride, Gotenks proclaims his victory, as a couple of the remaining ghosts congratulate him on the win. Recognizing his mistake, the specters reveal they are the super suicidal God of the Wind magical cat ghosts. Quite the title. Timidly, Gotenks asks if they're the exploding types of ghosts or not, when one realizes he knew they forgot something. Brawl again scolding her own iterations, calling the duo stupid losers for being so careless. Though of course they argue that's not really them, but she's not having it, as it's their identical, not even evil double from another dimension. Cracking his knuckles, Neko smirks this is the end for the fused warrior. While back in his group, his friend collects bets on the outcome of the fight, all of which are on the Majin Cat himself. Turning to inquire if everyone has placed their wager, his buddy lets out a smile, shouting they have. And in that case, he gives up, throwing the fight merely to collect a quick buck, leaving several spectators furious. Though a win's a win in Gotenks' eyes, and given their recent scam, and the fact all their fighters have lost, Jocko suggests it's a good time to return home. He sells Abub in agreement, fed up with how serious everyone here is. Toribot liking the idea too, as it would make for fewer characters to draw. And so, the time watch guy shouts out to Universe 2, questioning if everyone is here, and for any absentees to raise their hand now. Ushering the GAG universe back to its own world, free to be as silly and illogical as possible. But it seems they've left someone behind, as Mary Sue giggles that she overslept this morning to find her entire universe gone. What effect, if any, will this have on the future?